This could be the easiest, nicest, and best projector available on the market today. Well, it's difficult to know if it's the best. Well, it depends on what you want it for, but it definitely could be. This projector is absolutely incredible. It is the XGIMI Horizon Pro. It is a 4K projector that boasts tons of amazing features, and it bangs all of that tech into this amazing looking cuboid shell. It has an amazing picture, a really cool way of auto adjusting its keystone and autofocusing. In fact, it's just super easy to use in every single way. If you're looking for a flexible and genuinely brilliant projector, this could be the one for you. But before I go any further, this video is not sponsored. I have not been given this projector and told to say anything positive or negative about it for a bit of cash. This is just my opinion. No rewards. If anyone does want to give me free stuff, hit me up. Let's jump on in. So the Horizon Pro is amazing, but before we get into any of the technical bits, have a look at this. So this thing is genuinely awesome and easy to set up. So you can have up to a 300-inch screen, which is mad. Now I don't have one of those, but what I do have is a 100-inch screen to test this on. So check this out. I just place the projector where I want it to be, turn it on, it then focuses itself, keystones itself, and it can do that at any angle up to 45 degrees from the screen. Like, how? And look, if I stick something in the way of it, it just dodges it. That is flipping cool. So you can just fire this up anywhere, and in seconds, literally seconds, you can get yourself set up ready to watch. Look, I just switched it on in my office, and it just finds the free space and boom. Look at that. That's like a TV on the wall. Gone are the days of a fixed projector that you have to fine-tune precisely. It even readjusts by itself when it senses that you've moved it. And that's not the end of how easy this thing is. It has Android TV built into it, so everything you could want to watch is already installed, ready to stream at your heart's content. No need to plug a box in or anything like that. You can just get started straight away. You can watch YouTube, Disney+, Netflix straight from the projector. No, actually you can't. What do you mean? I just open Netflix, log into the thing, open up a film and... ah, crap. Told you. But why? No one knows. There is a workaround. You can download this app called Desktop Manager. What are you doing? Just plugging in my Fire TV stick. There. Netflix. Oh, yeah, or that. Ha. Pain in the ass. Adding to the display, having everything you want to watch on board. There's also Harman Kardon speakers built into this thing. Now for speakers just built into a projector, they're really, really good. Don't get me wrong, it's got nothing on a decent sound system with surround sound and a subwoofer and all that, but it does sound phenomenal for just in that unit. Definitely one of the best OLEDs that LG have produced. First of all, looking at this thing, it is stunning. It's not too dissimilar to the LG CX. In fact, I wouldn't rely on the sound there to get a full cinematic experience. It's brilliant to get semi-decent sound for a TV show or just to play a game of FIFA. So what is the picture like on this thing? Well, it's outstanding. Being bright and vivid, sharp and clear. This is one of the best pictures I've seen on a projector. It's just phenomenal. Being spread out over a 100-inch screen doesn't affect the picture at all. You can go right up close to it and you can't see the pixels. Now it also is very bright at 2200 lumens. And obviously that's not going to compare to a TV, but it is going to give you a very, very good picture, especially if you're in a dark room. Now it's not bad in a brightly lit room. And here you can see it in my office with the light on. And this is what it's like in our projector room directly opposite open window. Now it is completely watchable in that sort of condition, but really you're going to be wanting it in a dark room to fulfill its true potential. When you're watching content, it has something called MEMC. MEMC is designed to add frames in between the frames on the content. So if you're watching something at 30 frames per second, it will add an extra frame in to get it up to 60 Hz. Now it is really difficult to show you exactly how this works, being that my camera is my camera and however YouTube decides to display it on whatever display you have. A lot of variables there. But if I show you it in slow motion, it's very simple and easy to see. You can clearly see where there's extra frames and where that makes a much nicer, smoother image. Now I've heard a lot of people call this a gaming projector. And if you are looking for a projector to do gaming on, then this is a fantastic option. I plugged my Xbox into one of the HDMI ports on the back, and yeah, it is great fun. The projector has a low latency of about 35 milliseconds. Now this is great for a projector, but it's not as good as comparing it to a monitor or a TV. Take for example the LG C1. That has an input lag of 1 millisecond, and that has a 120 Hz display, as opposed to this just being a 60 Hz projector. Now at 60 Hz, 35 milliseconds is about 2 frames, so you would be about 2 frames behind where you would be if you had something like the C1. Now don't get me wrong, 2 frames in a second of 60 frames, that's not that noticeable. Especially when watching TV, that's not going to affect you at all. But if you're playing competitive games where having that sort of reaction time does make a difference, that is definitely something to consider. Ultimately, it's going to be good for most people gaming, but if you do want to have an ultimate gaming experience, you're going to be wanting to get something like a better monitor or a TV. That being said, playing a FIFA tournament on something like this, that would be epic. So pros and cons. Why should you buy it? Why should you avoid it? Well, if you want a projector that can be super flexible with its environment and also offer you a brilliant picture while doing so, then this might be something worth investing in. The fact that it doesn't have to be a fixed projector, you can just whip it out whenever you want to use it, and you can put it where you like and it just works it out by itself. Take it into your main cinema room, take it into the garden, take it into your bedroom. You can be super flexible with it, and it's not like having to mount a TV on a wall. Now it can be your main reliable home cinema projector, but its real advantages comes with how flexible it can be. Why should you avoid it? Well, it doesn't have Netflix built in. There are workarounds about that. On the back, it does have an audio return channel port, but it's not an enhanced audio return channel. It shouldn't make a massive difference to most ears, but if you are wanting that super cinema experience, then this only has 2 HDMI ports. So if you've got a big setup with a lot of inputs and you want to be using an enhanced return channel, maybe you're going to need something that's going to be a bit more flexible along that side of things. Oh, and the only other thing that might put you off could be the price tag. Now I'm not saying it isn't worth the £1,499 they put on the label, but that is one hell of an investment. So it definitely needs to be right for you and how you use it. Now there aren't a lot of projectors out there that you can move around as freely as this and it still perform really well. So I do think this is in a class of its own. And if you're in a class of your own, you can price it whatever you like. And I think it is worth that price tag. The fact that you can get up to a 300-inch screen out of it. If you're looking for a TV that's close to 100 inches, you're paying thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. So bear that in mind. But those are just my thoughts. Click the links below to see for yourself, or click this video here to hear more from me. Whoop!